Could you walk the dusty roads of Galilee, leave everything behind, and follow a man claiming to be the Son of God? Would you have the courage, faith, or patience to survive 3 years of miracles, danger, and betrayal? Let's find out. Which disciple would you truly be? Imagine you're in Capernaum. The sun blazes down, the air smells of fish, and the calls of merchants echo through the streets. A man approaches, Jesus. He speaks with authority, calmness, and a strange kindness that feels both comforting and intimidating. He looks at you and says, "Follow me." Some disciples, like Peter, left nets, boats, and livelihoods behind without hesitation. Bold, impulsive, fearless. He jumped before thinking, spoke before pausing, ready to fight or argue, but also fiercely loyal. Could you be someone who leaps into the unknown with no safety net? Others, like Andrew, were quieter, thoughtful, and more reserved. He brought people to Jesus, connecting others rather than seeking the spotlight himself. Could you follow, support, and influence quietly without needing recognition? James and John, the sons of Zebedee, were ambitious, fiery, and protective. They wanted to be first, to be closest. Their loyalty ran deep, even if their confidence sometimes led them into foolishness. Would you crave recognition, or would you risk it all for loyalty? Matthew, a tax collector, was used to mistrust and scorn. He left a life of wealth and manipulation to follow a path he didn't fully understand, facing ridicule and fear. Could you abandon comfort and security to join a cause bigger than yourself? Thomas, forever questioning, needed proof before belief. Could you trust someone with your heart and life, even when logic screams otherwise? Philip was practical and seeking understanding. He asked questions and often sought clarity before acting. Would you be the type to observe, analyze, and bring reason to a situation, quietly supporting others while still learning? Bartholomew, sometimes called Nathaniel, was honest to a fault. Skeptical at first, yet fully devoted once convinced. Could you be wary of what you can't see but committed when trust is earned? Simon the Zealot carried a revolutionary heart. Fierce, loyal, and driven by ideals of justice, he was ready to act, sometimes impulsively, for what he believed was right. Could you balance passion with faith, courage with restraint? Thaddeus, also called Jude, was a quieter presence, often overlooked yet steadfast, loyal and willing to ask the hard questions. Could you remain unnoticed yet profoundly committed, ready to act when your moment comes? Finally, there was Judas Iscariot, who carried ambition, doubt, and temptation within him. He followed, learned, and observed, yet struggled with loyalty and greed. Could you navigate trust, temptation, and internal conflict, and face the consequences of your choices? Every day on the road was the same. Long marches under blazing sun, nights under open skies, storms on the Sea of Galilee, and crowds pressing in. Every miracle, healing, calming storms, multiplying food, brought awe, wonder, and danger. Pharisees, Roman soldiers, and hostile crowds tested patience, faith, and loyalty. The disciples argued. Peter's impulsiveness clashed with Thomas's doubt. James and John sought prominence, while Andrew worked quietly. Philip asked practical questions. Bartholomew hesitated before trusting. Simon the Zealot burned with revolutionary zeal. Thaddeus observed and waited. Matthew navigated social scorn, and Judas wrestled with ambition and temptation. Could you handle walking with friends, each flawed, while staying true to your mission? Imagine being at Gethsemane, the night of ultimate tension. Fear grips your heart. Betrayal lurks. The path you chose, faith, loyalty, courage, is tested like never before. Could you stay? Could you endure heartbreak, confusion, and fear? Could you rise again after failure, doubt, or betrayal? Each disciple's story is a mirror. Some were bold, some cautious, some skeptical, some quietly supportive, some ambitious, some struggling with temptation. The question isn't just which disciple are you, it's what would you do when faced with fear, doubt, loyalty, and betrayal. Could you be Peter, leaping without hesitation, yet learning humility? Andrew, quietly connecting and guiding others? James or John, craving closeness but loyal beyond measure. Thomas, questioning yet seeking truth. Matthew, abandoning comfort for faith. Philip, analyzing and clarifying before action. Bartholomew, honest and skeptical yet faithful. Simon the Zealot, passionate and fiery. Thaddeus, unnoticed but steadfast. Judas, struggling with choices, temptation, and consequences. Following Jesus wasn't safe. It wasn't comfortable. It was dangerous, exhausting, and transformative. It required courage, patience, loyalty, and sometimes sheer faith against all odds. So, which disciple would you be? Bold, loyal, doubtful, thoughtful, ambitious, or quietly steadfast? Your answer reveals not just your personality, but your courage, your faith, and how you might face life's greatest challenges. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories that put you in the heart of history, walking the dusty roads of faith, courage, and adventure.